All right. So we're going to discuss about those Google Forms. So you can go to Google Form. I'll show you again. In Google, you can search Google Form. And from there, you can find this one, the link. And you can click that. So in this window, you have to select personal. Then you will be directed to your Google Form account. And from there, you can find blank. So there are templates available, but it is not recommended to go with templates. It is, but in some cases it will be easy, but it is better to design your own Google Form using the tools available there. So what you have to do here, just click and you can open a Google Form. All right, for the practice purpose, let's assume that we are going to go for a trip, third batch trip, right? Okay. So then you're gonna collect information about your batchmates, and again their decision about, or we're gonna give them a selection to select where we're gonna go for the batch trip. Okay. So even this COVID situation, we will be not be able to go, but virtually we're gonna go, right? Okay. So this is the Google Form interface. I think you all can open this one in your computers. Right, here first the title of the form. So we're going to type a title. Okay. So we're going to have a title like this. Again, here you can give a description about the form. So you can give the purpose of the form, or you can request others to fill the form like that. You can give the viewers of the form a message. So let's type anything, a description can be given here. All right, so now these are the questions. So there are multiple types of questions available. So you can see this panel here. So using this panel, you can add questions. Again, you can import a question from the outside, or again add title and descriptions. You can add another title at the middle of the form. And again, you can add images, you can add videos, right? You can add sections. We'll discuss all them all. So first of all, we can create the first question because the question is given there. So let's create the first question as so now we can choose the question type here, right? You can type the question and question type. So that can be a short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes, drop down like that. File upload also possible, linear scale. So the question types are there. You can select the question type from there, right? So we're gonna ask for the first name and the last name. So that the best type is a short answer. So the viewer of the form can give their first name and last name here. Again, in this one, if you want to copy this one, duplicate, you can click duplicate and edit that. Again, if you want to delete this one, delete. And this option is to required, right? So you can make this required. So that means without filling the question, without answering the question, the viewer can't upload or submit the form. Before submitting the form, this required question must be answered. That is the meaning of this required. Okay. So we have given the first question. Again, in the meantime, if you have questions, you can ask, right? So I'm assuming that you also have opened your Google Forms and you also doing the same with your computers, okay? හරි දරුවනේ chat එකෙත් එවන්න. So if you need more time to open Google Form and go there, so please let me know. Because I can't see your screens or see your faces. I don't know whether you get this one and you could you could practice this at the same time. So please reply in chat. Hari, so we have given a topic, a description, and we have created a question there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Others, please everyone reply in the chat. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So let's go forward again. Now what you have to do is just we can create a new question. So you can click on add question. So that will add another question here. So we'll create another question. Again, it will automatically select short answer. So that is what we need. So we can make it a required question. Right. We'll create another question and we'll select a multiple choice one. So you can have a yes, no question.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, is there a way to rearrange the questions?
Yes,
The
of course. Yes, of course, you have. So if you want to move this question as the first one, so you can just drag it from here and move it up. Then you can change the order. So it's possible.
Thank you.
Okay. Children, all the right.
Excuse me, sir.
Just ask. Yes.
Sir, can't we change the language?
If you want to change the language or if you want to type something in Sinhala or any other language, you have to use a Unicode system, right? So assume that we're gonna prepare a question in Sinhala. So then what you have to do, you can use a Sinhala Unicode convert software, right? In Google, you can find Sinhala Unicode. So this kind of software is available. This is a good one, right? This Sinhala Unicode Ishan.net. So this is a good one. So then you can type, right? Let's say something like this. Then you can copy the Unicode. I use Ctrl+C to copy. And the Google form, you can paste that like here. So otherwise there is no way to change the language. Always if you want to type in Tamil, then you have to use a Tamil Unicode converter and type in the question there. And then you can copy and paste in the Google form. That is the way. Okay, but a very good question. Thank you for asking that. All right. Again, do you have questions? You can ask right now.
Excuse me, sir. In
Yes.
short answer questions, can we specify a word limit?
In short answer questions, no. Let's say there is no way that you can specify word limit. But normally a short answer question, the word limit will be 400.
Okay, sir.
Let's say. Sorry, 200. Limit answers to 500 characters with the sorry, 500. 500 is the maximum limit, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So then you can add the question. Yes, no, it's again you can if you want to add images and other things again you can apply that for your form as well. So let's have another question like this. All right, so we'll have a question like this. And again, it's a multiple choice question. So we're going to give them your batchmates to select the best location that they would like to go. So we'll say can give them these kind of options, right? Again, the important thing here, you can add the image as well, right? So let's find for image. Okay, you can save that. And after that, you can add that image from here. Even you can use Google image search. From here also you can find the images, right? Here now we have so you can upload, right? Because we have already downloaded the image, you can upload that image. Okay, so you can Google Chrome, browse, and you can go to the place where you download that one. All right. Again, for this one, we're going to download another image. I'll show you the other way. It's fine with image Google search here, right? So image search is here. Insert. Okay, so like this, you can create a question with images. Okay. Right. Again, if you want to add an image for the form as well, you can do that. So if you want, you can add image like here. So we'll find image like this. Right. Your Google form, if you want, you can add an image. So we'll add that image first. And so I have added a new question. Sorry. We want to delete this. Yeah, we can just click here and add a question. Okay, I'm going to click image. Upload. This one. So the image will be added to the bottom, but you can move that, right? I'm going to move that here. It is not a question actually, it's just a image. So in your form, if you want to show an image to the viewers, that is possible by clicking on this one, the image, add image. Right. So again,
So can you show that again, sir? I'll add the image.
yeah, what you have to do, just when you just click on this image, add image icon, this is not a question actually. So here you can see add image. You can click on that, and after that you can add the image. So what I did was I just click on that, add the image, and after that I moved my image into the top. Okay. After that, the section means you can add a new section, and that the section will appear depending on an answer. Okay. So let's create such a question. Okay, what I did here was I just create another section, and I just move the question, what is the best location that you used to go to that section. Now it is in the section 2. So we can allow that question to appear if the student select yes here, right? This is how we can do it. So normally here the section means this will appear in another page, right? So I'll show you that. Okay, so you can see the preview here. Click on preview, and you can see the preview. Now you can see only the image that we added, and here the topic is there, an email address, first name, and do you wish to participate the batch training. So those are the only things that we can see here, because we have created a new section there, right? So I'll explain you that again. What I did here was I create a section. So in section 2, I have added this question to select the location. Right. Then from here you can select which section it should appear after section 1. After section 1, which section should be appeared. You can select that one from here. Again, if you want to remove that one, you can select merge with above. Then the section will be removed. So then if I go to preview, now you can see the question already there, right? So like that, you can add page by page the form, right? Okay, we'll add another question. So I'm going to create a section here. Right, in that section, I'm going to add another question. And I'm going to move that down.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
How can we change a question into another section?
Again, please ask the question.
How can we change a question into another section?
Okay, so you can just drag it up. See, so here I have created a section. If you want to move this question to the this question section 2, you can just click here and move this down. So it will automatically move to the section 2. If not, you can scroll down here to the section 2. And when you just click add question from there, that question will be added to the section 2, right? Again, if you want to move this question out from the section 2 and move that to section 1, then you can just click here. You can see this icon, right? This is a move icon. So you can click here and drag it up, then it will move to section 1. So like that, you can just move question between sections, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. So I have created another question here. All right. So like that, you can create questions that you wish to have in your Google form. Right. After that, you can see a preview of this one. So you can click on preview icon, preview, and you can see the preview. Because you have created a section, it will ask us to click on next to view the next questions. So see, because I haven't insert or answer these questions, it will not allow me to move to the next section because these are required questions. So I have to type something there. Then only it will allow me to Click on next. So this is the next page. And you can submit the question form, right? Okay. So there are some settings as well. All right. So if you want to create a section, you can just click here. This is add section. So when you click on this, it will add another section to the bottom of your form. So if you want to move the previous questions onto that one, you can just click here. This is the move icon and drag that question to the next one. Or again, if you can create a new section, and similarly, you can click on this add section and create new questions. So those will be added to the section 2. Mushraf, is that okay? All right. So we have a Google form now. So you can discuss some settings there, right? So this is customized theme. So you can change color, you can add a picture, right? So like that, you can customize your form. So you can choose the color, right? See. Again, font style, right? You can change the font style if you want. See. Again, you can choose an image, right? This image will be added as a heading of the form. You can upload image if you have. So see, that will be added as the heading of the form, right? So those are theme options. And these settings are very important. Right, you can collect email. So that means when other people submit your form, it will create a list of emails that we have received submitted forms from which people. Again, if you response them, you can choose something like this. If respond requested, if the responder or the viewer of the form will request a receiving receipt, I mean an acknowledgement. So then that will be configured from here. Always, or if the respondent requests that one. Right. Again, request to users in YM, so restricted to users in YM University of Sri Lanka. Because I'm creating this email using my university email, I have this one. So I can restrict submitting the forms only to the people who are in the university domain. I mean, who has university email addresses, right? So I should remove this tick. Otherwise, the people who have Google, Yahoo, like that other email address, they will be not able to reply here. Again, these are very important. Respondents can edit after submit. So that is that totally depend on your requirement. So if someone respond to you, if someone submit the form, if we are not going to allow them to change that or edit that after submitting, so you should not give the tick here. If you tick this one, that means you're going to allow the respondents to submit the form, and after that again they can edit that one. So you may not be able to take a decision depending on those forms because they may edit those after. So then it is better to leave that empty. Again, this one, respondents can see summary charts and text responses. So that means the others can see the response. So if in this kind of form, like we're going to create a form for a batch trip. So right, if you wish to share the result or response that we received with others, then you can tick on this. So if you tick this one, the respondents can see all the responses and summary charts, like these people, this much of people are like to go here, and this much of people like to go there, like that, they can view summary result. So if you are not wish to do that, then you should not tick this one and you should leave that empty.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, ask.
So is there a way to make the persons who submitted the form, is there a way to make them weave their responses after submission?
Yes, of course. So if you click on this tick, right? So that will allow respondents to, after submitting that, they will see what are the other responses, a summary of that one, a summary chart of that. So if you leave this empty, uncheck this one, that means only the creator of the form can view results. That's the thing. Got it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
So what about our own response? Can we see?
No,
Not
after
others.
submitting, no. After submitting, you can't see your response. But if you click on this one, edit after submit, then you can see that again and you can manipulate. Sorry, edit that one. Amend the form. Otherwise, you will not be able to see the response, right?
So like send it to our email for our tutorial, like that. It was given when we put the response we can select to send it to our email.
Yeah, if you make this a quiz, right? You can make this a quiz. So if you make this a quiz, you can see your responses. Otherwise, you can't. Okay, I'll show you how you can send this one, right? So here, if you click on presentation tab, show progress bar. So how many questions are there and how many questions that the user have filled. They will the progress will be shown there. So I'm going to take this one. Show link to submit another response. So that means if you allow multiple responses, you can leave this tick as it is. That means users can send multiple responses. If you uncheck this one, once the viewer respond to your submit or submit your form, they will not allow to submit another. So that is there. So normally in this kind of form, right, we're gonna take the view of your batchmates about a batch trip, right? So then we should not allow them to submit multiple forms. So then what we should do, we should remove the tick. Otherwise, they will be allowed to submit multiple forms, multiple responses. Again, if you wish to supply the questions, you can tick that, right? So I'm going to leave that. Again, confirmation message. So you can, normally the default confirmation message is this one. Your response has been recorded. Or if you wish to give a new one, like thank you for replying. I'll show you where this message will be displayed. So like this, you can give it the message. I'll show you where this message is going to be displayed. Again, you can make this a quiz. So I'm not going to click this one. So if you make it a quiz, there are some additional features. Respondents can see the last question, how the respondents can see their response. I mean, how the viewers can see their response, right? So this is it. So if you make this a quiz, then you can allow missed questions, correct answers, point values, like those things can be displayed to the respondent. If you make this form a quiz only, right? Otherwise, they can't see. Release grade immediately after each submission, later after manual review. So like that, you can select. So I'm going to off this one. I'm not going to make this a quiz, but if you make it a quiz, these features are available. So now I'm going to save this, right? So it is very important that you always go to these settings and change those settings according to a requirement. If you wish to collect email, you can click this. So I'm not going to click this one because I have added a question here to type the email, right? So I'm not going to collect email. And again, required to sign in, restrict to you. I mean, it is uses only like that. Limit to one response, right? You can click this one. So that will limit to one response. Users may not be able to send multiple responses. edit after submission. So if you wish to allow that one, you have to click here. So like that, depending on requirement, depending on the purpose of the form, you can configure the settings. Right? Is there any question about this one? You could note down the things, right? Okay, then I'm going to click save. Right. Now you can see this triple dot icon. So this is settings icon. So normally it's a universal icon actually. So all the time that you see that icon, that means there are more options. That is the meaning of these 3 dots. So if you click on that, you can make a copy of the form. You can delete the form, add collaborators. This is very important. So if you create this form by your own, and if you want to share the form with others who can edit, right? So this is something different than just sharing the form, right? So if you want to collect information, you should share this form with the respondents or the target group. Again, if you have a collaborator, I mean, if a person that who should give the same admin rights about the form, who can edit the form, who can view the responses like that. So those are the admin features. So if you want to share with this form with someone who you wish to give admin capabilities, then you have to select add collaborators and give an email address there. So you can click on that and you can add an email address here. So then what will happen? The same abilities, I mean, changing the questions, editing the questions, deleting the questions, weaving responses, like that, all the admin features will be delivered to that person also. So the person is a collaborator, the form. ඔයාලා group එකක් නම් මේ වැඩේ කරන්නේ. අපි තුන් ඔයාලා group එකකට survey එකක් කරනවා කියලා. එහෙම වුණොත් ඔයාලට form එක හදලා ඔයාගේ group එක අතර මේක add collaborators විදිහට තමයි share කරන්න ඕන. Again, you can see a send button here. So this is something different. So using this send button, what we're going to do, we're going to send this form for the target group to collect information. That is what we can do using this send button. If you wish to share this form with another group member, I mean another admin, so then this is how you should do that. You have to click on this more icon and add collaborators. That is how you can add administrators to your form. Understood? Okay. So is it clear for everyone? Because we already have finished preparing the form. So do you have any questions, or is it clear? Again, if you want more time to have notes, please ask me, right? Children, please reply in chat. Is it clear, or do you
clear, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can we search for image for header in Google?
Yeah, I think so. So I have to go to themes, choose image, photos, you can search.
Okay.
Sorry, this is in Google Drive. No, dear. You can't search in Google, right? Themes, upload photos here. Here you can see search only in your Google Drive, right? Otherwise, there is no option to search in Google. So what you have to do, just search here. Then you can find images like this. And you have to download them, yes.
So if we were to add our own image, we have to resize the image using some.
Yes. You have to resize the image. So what you can do, you can resize the image to this measurements.
Okay. So what kind of an app, like, are there any open source apps instead of Photoshop to do such things?
Yes, we have. We're going to discuss in our lecture, right? Because we have online, graphic designing. So in graphic design lesson, we're going to learn that, right?
Okay.
So we have a session for that. All right. So we have already finished developing the form now. Now we can send it. So there are multiple ways that you can send the file. Send. So you can send it via email, or you can send it as a link. So you can add that to a website if you want. So from this one, this is a code for that one. So we're gonna add this to a website today, right? I'll teach you that. So here you can email the form. So what you have to do, just add email address here. Again, subject, you can type the message. And you can see include form in email, right? So there is a tick there. You can give that if you want. Again, if you wish to share this as a link, so you can shorten the link and you can share the link. So for example, here, if I have all your email addresses, what I can do, I can paste all the email addresses here and I can email the link to you, right? So now let's take this situation. In this situation, I don't have your email address, but I have your WhatsApp contact, right? So now what I can do, I can click this one and take the link and I can share this link with you, right? We'll do that and see how it affects, right? Okay, I'm going to share the link with you now. Methmai, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Dua, I'll send this to you through this link through WhatsApp. So you can share this, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, but I have sent you the link. Please share this with others.
Okay.
When you receive the link, you can just click that and you can fill the form, right? So we'll see how the response will be presented in the form.
So do we have to enter real information?
No, it's okay. You just fill some information. That's okay. You don't have to type your whole email address and everything. Just give a sample on, right? It's okay. But fill all the questions. So when you're finished, please inform me that in chat. Again, there's a question how to save the form. The form will be automatically saved as similar to the previous ones like Google Doc, Google Sheets, all thing. They will be saved automatically in your Google Drive. So this form also will be saved in your Google Drive. Okay.
I have submitted, sir.
Okay. Right, a question is there. Very good question. Thank you for asking that again. How to go to a section based on the answer. Right, I'll show you that. Okay. So I think you can see the screen and 37 responses are there. 38, there are more responses required. Okay, so here you can, when you open the Google form, you can see questions and responses, right? So in responses page, you can see the responses. Okay. Okay, so we have 46 responses. We'll see that. Right. So when you just click on responses, you can see a summary, question, and individual. So this is a summary. Here, question by question answers. See, those are the question by question answers and individual responses. See, we can see individual responses, right? Okay, I'm going to view the summary, and these are the email addresses and first name and last name. Okay, so do you wish to participate? 97 wish to participate from 48 responses, right? Again, what is the best location that you wish to go? So you can see Nuvarali is preferred by 38% of batchmates. Again, preferred date. So 36, first week of August and end of August, like that. So you can see summary results in graphs. So previously in settings, I told you there is an option that allow responders to view the summary. So these are the summary that they can view. If you allow them to view, allow responders to view the summary, then they can see these graphs. Okay. So in this kind of a form, it is okay, right? Because we're going to have the common opinion about this. So it is better that you can show them. So in that case, you can allow them to view the responses. Okay, now there are 52 responses, and this is how it varies. Okay, children, so now stop responding to questions form, right? We'll stop that from here. I think you have a clear understanding about how you can view responses, right? Is that so? And how we can create the form and how we can view the responses. Children, please reply.
Yes, sir. So that can you
Yes, sir.
show that how to depending on answering one section?
Yeah, of course, I'll show you that.
Another section.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Again, the basic things, is it clear for everyone? You can send me your feedback in chat, right? Otherwise, I don't know whether you got it or not. It is better if you could reply. Okay, there are more than 100 people, right? Please reply. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right then. So we can, I'll show you the other thing that you can do here. So how you can display a section depending on an answer, right? So for this form, we'll see, do you wish to participate the trip? So if the person is wish to participate the trip, then only he should see this section. He or she should see this section. Otherwise, it is not necessary to give a choice, right? So you can choose this section to be displayed depending on the answer for this question. මේ question එකට දෙන answer එක අනුව මෙයා years දුන්නොත් විතරක් අර questions ටික පෙන්වන්න විදිහ හදන්න පුළුවන්. So this is how you can do it. See here, you can see more options icon here. These 3 dots, the meaning of the 3 dots is more options. You can click that. You can make this question required. And here, go to section based on an answer. You can click that one. I'll show you again. Click on 3 dots of the question. Go to section based on answer. Now we can select. See, if the person sets no, then that person should see submit form because there is no worth of wasting time filling that other options, right? So then yes, if the answer is yes, then go to section 2, right? I'll show you the preview. You can see from here, go to section based on answer. Then you can select depending on the question which section it should display. So if we had another option here, then it will allow you to choose another selection, right? So like that, if you have multiple sections, you can select which section should be displayed according to the answer given by the user, the respondent. Now I'm going to preview this one. So set preview. Right now you can see the answer email address is there. And you can give the first name. So if I select no, see the submit button is there. Back. Again, if I select yes and click next, now you can see the other question will be displayed. So like that, you can display a section depending on an answer of the respondent. So that is very important because in some cases when we go into this developer questionnaire, so some questions may not relevant to some people according to their answer. For here also the same. If the person is not going to participate, then it is not necessary to answer the other questions. So then you can select a section to display depending on the answer. All right, so that is about Google Form. That is all about actually Google Form. So do you have any question to ask regarding Google Forms? Again, now you should be able to create a Google Form and collect information and create the form in a nice way. You can add images, descriptions and everything there, right? Okay. So do you have any more questions regarding this one?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So if you already send the link of the form, after that we made some changes, it will also change in the
Yes, yes,
form.
yeah, of course. So after you send in the form, after you send the form, if you made some changes, that change will be appear in the form that you have shared already. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Again, there's another question in chat. How can we change the form to stop responding at a separate time? Yes. So here in responses, you can see accept responses. So if you gonna stop responders to respond this one, submit your form, then you can off this one. So if you off this one, not accepting responses, that means the viewers cannot be able to send their responses after you switch off this one. So that will not that cannot be set automatically. So you have to do it manually. So if it is already, if you have already finished accepting responses, then you can switch off that one from here. Right. Then you can download the responses as a Google form. Download responses. You can click download responses, and that will be downloaded as a Google, sorry, Excel file. Right. Again, you can create a spreadsheet that we discussed earlier. Spreadsheet. That means an Excel file. So you can create an Excel file or spreadsheet in your Google Drive, and you can see real-time updates on that one. So I'll show you that. So I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. Create. So where I click here, the place I clicked earlier is this one, right? Create spreadsheet. Create. So then that will be saved to my Google Drive. So I can find that Google spreadsheet in my Google form, and you can see the responses are listed there. So this is a real-time updated Google form, sorry, Excel sheet. So if someone add a response again, that will be automatically listed here, because this is an online one. So I have not already downloaded this. This is online, and this is saved in my Google Drive. So once a response received, this will be automatically updated. See, that option is there in responses. Again, if you wish to download this one as Excel sheet, you have to download responses in this format. Okay, children, is it okay for you now?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So after we receiving responses, if we put the Google form into the trash or delete it, will the Excel spreadsheet link to it also get deleted?
No, when you just delete the form, the Excel sheet will remain, because you have actually what happened there, you're going to download them one and save them into Google Drive. But it will be linked to your Google form, and if any update is there in the Google form, that will be reflected in the Excel sheet.
Okay, sir.
A question is there, can we allow selected response to fill and to see who are not submitted? Actually, that option is not there, I think, according to my knowledge. So what you can do, so here you are not going, if you are not wish to send this as a link, right? If you want, you can send this as a as an email. So you can have a list of emails, the people who you want to send this one, And if you can collect email from here, or you can, if you have a question to send their email or submit their email, then you can check that from that email list. Otherwise, there is no an automatic option to check who has not responded to your Google form. I think so, actually, right? Because I don't. It's a good question. Actually, I also haven't searched for that one. I'll search and let you know if I find it, right? But what you can do here, you can collect email addresses and check with your email list who has not responded. The manual way is there, but I don't know there is an automated method, right? Okay, then shall I move? All right, so I'm going to close Google Form. And now we're going to discuss how you can prepare a website for event. So now we already have prepared Google Form to collect information. And if you want to share information, you can share information about event or something, you can create a Google Form, sorry, Google site, website, right? So we'll create a website depending on the responses we have here. So now you can see most of people wish to go Nuvareli, right? So most of them are preferred Nuvareli. And again, time is the preferred date is end of August, right? So depending on our survey result, we can decide when we're going to go and where we're going to go. So assume that we have already decided, the organizers of the trip already have decided the place and the date, everything. Then you can send all your information through a web page, very attractive, right? So let's create a web page. Yes.
So how can we access the trash in Google Forms?
Actually, that will be not that trash is not there in Google Forms. That is in your Google Drive. So if you move to a Google Drive, you can see the trash there, right?
Okay.
So I think in Google Drive, I'm not going to go into my Google Drive now. So you can see that trash there, right? The form will be there in the trash.
Okay.
Right. So now we're gonna access Google Sites. So we can go to Google Sites. Not slides, it's Google Sites, right? Here. So children, those who have computers, you can create a website with me, and others can note down how you can develop it, right? But if it will be better if you have a laptop or a computer with you to practice in the same time. Then you can ask questions with your practice. Otherwise, it will be difficult for you to just note down the things and practice that later. So the people who don't have a laptop or a computer with you, just try to borrow one from your friend or a relation only for this session even, right? All right, so you can click on Google Sites. Similarly, templates will be there, but we are not going to use templates. You can click on a blank. So this is actually a web page. So anyone in the world who has internet can view your web page after publishing this one. So the person who should not have to be in Sri Lanka, from anywhere in the world, anytime, if they have internet, they can view, right? Okay. So this is the interface of Google Sites. And this is the preview of your site. And again, these are the tools and modules that you can apply into your web page. Text boxes, images, and the layouts are there, right? Image button, divider, YouTube videos can be added. Okay, so this is the title of your web page. So you can type a title. Again, you can format the title, select and the font. Right. Again, we can add an image. So we're going to go for Noor earlier. So those are the results, right? Here. Most of your batchmates wish to go Noor earlier. So we'll select the image depending on that.
Sir, are there specific dimensions for the image?
Yes, actually. So what you can do, you can select image and you can see these general images. From these images, you can get the dimension, right? I also actually have measured that one. Let's see if I select this. So normally what happens when you add an image, it will automatically adjust the image to your heading, right? So previously select image. So see, you can use a photo editor and you can get these dimensions and then you can prepare image match to those dimensions, right? I'll teach you how you can get these dimensions and how you can prepare images depending on them. So I'll teach you them on the graphic designing session, right? But here actually I don't know what are the correct dimensions to display here in the image. So normally it will be automatically adjust according to your view. Again, you can give it a name, give your site a name. Header type, you can select. If you make it a cover, you can see the image will be displayed in the entire window. Large banner and normal banner. So normally what happens when we add an image, it will automatically adjust the image according to the view. Here. Right, then you can go for a theme, select colors, and you can change the color of the title. You can actually change here, it is not allowed to change the color of the text, right? So according to the theme that you're going to select, you can choose the color. Okay. Then you can add a description there or other tools available. See, you can add text, images, and some layouts are there. We're going to discuss all. So assume that you're going to have a text here, right? So you can add a text box. See, that will be added here. Let's find out some text from the internet. paste the text, you can change the size. The colors are applied from the theme, right? Right. See, you can see this icon. So that is for theme and color, those things. You can add an image even. That is how we can add a text. So if you have a paragraph, that also can be added, right? Then you can select a module from here if you want to add more details. So let's say we're gonna add some detail about the places that you're gonna visit in the trip. So you can select a module from here. So I'm going to select this module. So see, image, title, and the text. So that is the module applies. So by click on this, you can add an image. So if you have downloaded image, you can go to here, upload image, select the image. See, you can edit all the, or you can format all the text that you can add here, right? Right. Again, you can add description. Some text there. And right. So like this, you can add a module. So this module can see we have an image, topic, and the description, right? Again, you can click here and you can do all the changes. So you can change the text color also. Again, you can add backgrounds. Right. After that, again, you wish to add another image or something, right? Let's say we're going to have a route to our trip, right? So you can take Google Map. So you can create so like that you can add your route in the map and again take a screenshot, right? There are several methods that you can use to take screenshots. One is in Windows, there is another tool called snipping tool. So you can use that snipping tool here, right? And just go to Windows, snipping tool. So using this, you can very easily create, select new and take a screenshot right here. And you can save it, save. Again, while I'm doing this one, if you have questions, you can ask, okay?
Can you repeat it, sir?
Yeah, sure. So what, taking a screenshot, is that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you can do, you can press start menu. Give me a second. Okay, so you can press start, snipping tool. This is the one. Select the tool and you can click new and you can just drag and select the area that you wish to have, like here. So you can save it, click save, save, right? Okay, then you can add that image here. So just the image you can see. You can click here and you can just add the image, but I'm going to add that with the description. So I'm going to select this one, the layout, image and the description. If you wish to add only the image, you can do that from here. I'm going to click this one, image, upload image, this one. So like this, you can add an image and a description, right? So similarly, you can add images, text boxes and everything. If you wish to add a video, that is also possible. You can just click video and upload a YouTube video. So I'm not going to do that. And again, you can add doc, slide, sheets, everything. These are links, right? If you have Google Doc to share, for example, if you're going to add more options or more detail in Google Doc, so you can just click here and you can link the Google Doc to your website. So if you have a Google Sheet or a presentation, slides, you can link them also, right? But actually now we have a form. So if you wish to add the form, that is also possible. You can give some detail and again, you can add the form. So I'll show you that. Click forms and the forms, you can select the form. Sorry, I add multiple forms, right? Okay, so like here, you can add the Google form into your website. So through your website also, you can share the form. That is also possible. So all the information can be given through the website. And at the end of the website, you can add your Google form. So then the users can fill the Google form, they read information from the website, and they can fill the Google form. So you can move this, right? Like here. If I want to center the one and do that, just click and move. Okay. Right. Now, after editing or after developing your website, you can publish that one. So before publishing the website, you can see how it will be appear in other devices. Like you can click here and see. So this is how it appear in a computer or laptop. Then in a phone. So this is how your website will be appear in a mobile phone. So this is called as responsive web pages. So it is responsive. That means that will adjust according to the device screen type. So this is how it will be displayed in a tab. See, and this is how it displayed in a laptop. All right, you can close that. So using this icon, you can view how the website is responsively viewed in depending on the device. You can share with multiple people if you wish. Then they also can edit the web page. Okay, after that, you can publish. Until you publish the page, the others can't see that one. So you have to publish the page. That means you're gonna publish it to the entire world, right? Then when you click this one, you can see. So I'm going to publish this, right? So I'm going to click publish. So web address, can give it a web address. So I'm going to give the web address as FOM batch trip. So here, who can view my site, because this is receiving because I am creating this using my university email account. That is why this option is there. So I can manage. If I didn't set this one, you will be not able to view this site. So change here, publish site, public. So if I didn't set this one, you may not be able to see the website without having a university email account. So if you are using such a specific domain, I mean a university or company email, so you have to set this public, right? Done. Then I can click publish. Okay. Again, you can view the published site, you can unpublish. So this is the link of my website. I'll share that with you. Copy. Medma, I'll send you that one. You can share that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, do I have sent this link? You can share it now.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Can't we search this site from Google?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Can't we search this site from Google by
No,
typing this site?
no. It will not appear in Google search because those are just a website, personal website. So those will not appear in Google search. So always we have to send the link.
Okay, sir.
But after some time, if there are more users into a website, I mean, there are more than 1,000 users per day for a website like that. If it is hit, then it will be set as a search result in Google. Otherwise, it will not. Website traffic, if your website has a large amount of traffic, web traffic, then only it will come to the top of the Google search. Otherwise, it not.
So then
Right,
by
now-
using the keyword, can you get it?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So by like typing the keywords now in Google, the keywords are there. That they
Yes, that is something different, Putta. So that is called as web search optimization, right? So search engine optimization, that is called, that is another thing. But these kind of sites, they will not show in Google result because they're going to give priority to the already established, again, popular websites. So only the popular websites will come to the top. So there are thousands of websites in a keyword. So when you just search in Google, these kind of sites will not be appear. Because even for a keyword, there are multiple websites. In some cases, let's say, batch strip. See, if I search batch strip, OM, see, this will not be there in the link. Okay, I think you have the link and you can see the website now. See, this is it.
so it's coming as 404. No, that is
Sorry?
available.
It's coming as an error.
Let's see. I think when I'm copying this one, I may miss some word. Mahatma, I have sent that. Now try to share that one.
Okay, sir.
Okay, it also says 404, right? Let me check on that. Okay, now it is okay. I think Mahatma, you can share now. So previous times when I just copy in that one, I may miss some letter or something, right? So all those previous times I have missed some part of the text. That's why.
Okay, sir, it's working now.
Yeah, yeah. Previously, when I copy the link, I have missed the end part of the link. That is why.
So can you show what went wrong?
Actually,
How
Smita, you
do you
can see
fix it?
the link I have that shared earlier. the end part of the URL, I have missed that while I'm copying. That is why. See, you can see the messages that I have sent. In those messages, the end part of the URL is not there. Actually, that is
Like,
there. But
I typed it also, sir. There, but
Yeah.
it still gave the phone out for error at that time.
that is because in the link that I have shared, a dash or a space is there, I think. So the error is with the link, right? Not with the site and the settings that we have set. Error is there with the link. That's all.
Okay.
Okay, children, so how that is how you can create a website very easily using Google Sites. You can create very attractive ones using images and all, right?
Excuse me, sir. So if we are to add a link to this site, to another site within our website, how can we do it? Can we just
Yeah, you can add this link there. So you can just view publish site and you can get this link, and you can add this link in anywhere, in website or Facebook, anywhere you can add this link, then they can click the link and view your website.
Sir, that's what I asked. I'm asking like, can we add a link to another website within this?
Okay, in this website, right? That yes, that
Yes.
is possible. So this is how we can do it. See, see embed, right? From here, you can add a code. So this is how you have to add the code. You must know how to add that one, href, and the link like that. So you can add a specific code here, right?
So we have to know HTML.
Yes, of course. Actually, to add another link here, you may know some part of HTML. Yes. Otherwise, there is no. You can add a button, right? You can add a button. Yes. Here, you can add a button. Let's say in this point, I'm going to add a button here. So you can click button and the name of the button. Let's say you අපි හිතමු අපි නුවරඑළිය ගැන Google search එකක් දෙනවා කියලා. So we're going to link more information about නුවරඑළිය like something, right? Okay. So this is what we can do. We can add a button, more info. And you can click paste the URL here. Insert. So button will be there, and you can move that up. You can make it a text. You can make it with outline. You can make it with a field. Again, edit. You can edit the link, right? Okay, so those are the only changes that you can make with the button. That is all. So when I view this one, again also if you refresh your site, you can see the button now. See, the button will be there. Click that, you will direct to the other page. So normally when you going to add some attractive button in attractive way for a text or something there, then only you may need the HTML knowledge. Then you have to go to this embed code and you have to type the code. Otherwise, using a button, very easily you can add a link. Did I answer your question? Is it okay now?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, children, the last thing that we're going to discuss is Google, Blogger. So you can go to Blogger. So Blogger is something that you can use to share knowledge. Normally, there are bloggers who earn a lot of money through the internet also by publishing their articles. So again, blog is something that you're gonna share posts. That can be knowledge, that can be your idea, that can be a creation of yours. I mean, or a poem or a song or something, art or something, anything, right? There are millions of blogs in the world in the internet. So you also can create very easily a blog. So I'll show you that quickly. You can search Blogger. So you can go to blogger.com. That is also provided from Google. Then in my one, I have already created one. That is why it's shown here. So let me. Okay, how I'll create new one and show you, right? So you have to create new blog. If you're gonna view this blogger first time, I may think you may see another window to select a theme or something. Because I have already selected this one, that is why I'm directly coming to this page. If you are asking for us to select a theme or give a name for your blog, you can just give it a name and click next. Then you can have this interface, right? The editing interface. Did you get what I said? When you just accessing this blogger first time, it may ask you to give a name for your blog and website, and again you may ask to select a theme. So you can just give the name and select a theme and click next, right? Because in my case, I have already created some. That is why I am directly getting here. Let me log in with another email then.
So it's asking to create a title.
Yes. Let me log in with another email and show you. Right? Oh, okay. I think you can see my screen now. So create your blog. You will be direct to here. Create your blog. See, it is asking for the title, right? So you can give your blog a title. You can give your name. That is okay. Then click next. Then your address. You can give your name, but there can be more blogs with your name. So it says, sorry, this name is already taken. So you can add something more. Then click next. So I'm not going to click next. You can click next and go there, right? See, again, it may ask for you to select a theme also, right? Before creating the blog. However, could you come into this place, this interface? Can you view this one now?
So that address also we have to type.
Sorry. Yeah, you have type, yes. You can give anything, but it may already taken by others earlier. So you have to change the name and see whether it is available.
So it's showing the address is not available.
Yeah, then you can change that. You have to give a new one. New one means give it a number or something, just make a size change.
Okay.
All right, then I'll show you quickly because we are out of time now.
Excuse me,
Okay. Yes.
so what is the difference between this and a social media site?
Actually, a blog is something that you can send posts, but those posts must be some information. I mean, some let's say some articles, right? Not actually information. It should be article. But in a social media site, we can just send images, posts, our thoughts, and everything. But in a blog, it should be an article. That is
Okay,
the
sir.
thing.
Thank you, sir.
I'll show you some examples, right? Okay, these are some blogs you can see. These are posts, articles. This is an website, it's not blog. This is not actually. See, this is a blog again. So these are articles. So in a blog, you can share articles. So if I click on this, it's an article. So you can read. Again, if you register your blog with an AdSense application, they will put some ads in your blog, and you also can have some earning from there if you have some more traffic into your website, your blog. So make AdSense එකට දුන්නොත් ඒගොල්ලෝ ad publish කරනවා web blog එකේ, then you may earn from internet while the viewers are there, then you may have some money. Okay, so like that, see, all these are posts, articles. These are blogs. Okay, so what you can do, you can just create a blog, and in the blog you can add posts. Click here. And it is something like Word, the Google Doc. You can just type, you can add images, you can see images, videos, and you can type the things. So creatively, you can create an article. And what you must do, you can just click publish, that's all. So this is somewhat similar to Google Docs, right? All the editing features, formatting features are there. You can just type, you can add titles, see, and make it large.
So this will appear in the Google search.
No. It is something to be appear in the Google search. There are more requirements, right? It should have some external links, and there must be a heavy traffic into your website. And like that, there are some more requirements to something to be appear in the Google search. That is a totally different subject. That means that is called search engine optimization, SEO, right? So in that SEO, there are some actually yes, requirements, right? So if your website fulfill those requirements only, then your website will be displayed in the Google search. It is something totally different, right? Okay. So these kind of just created websites, they will not appear in Google search.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, so like here you can create the post, and after that you can publish that. So I'll show you a simple one that I have already created, a simple one for testing. Preview. See, this is what I created for testing only. So this is my new post that I just created one. See, like that, all the posts will be appeared in your website. And again, you can create your profile. So this is depending on the theme, right? So like that, you can create your own blog, and you can publish the things that you know. Again, you can share those information with your friends, your thoughts, everything. So in Sri Lanka also there are very popular blogs who write articles, who publish their designs, I mean poems and everything, right, like that. So you can create your personal blog. By the web address, it will come with blogger.com. So it will come with that part. Okay, so try to create a blog just for your practice. And if you wish to continue the new things that you learn in the university or by referring to other knowledge, you can publish them there. Again, you can ask your friends to view that and have some knowledge. So like that, you can normally blogs are used to use for knowledge sharing, right? Okay, children, I have another meeting around 5:30, so we have to wind up for today. I think it is clear how you can create a Google form and Google site. So again, Blogger, you can practice that one because you have that knowledge now. Just try to create a blog and again to create some articles, post there and create very attractive ones related to your medical sector, your learnings, right? Then it is better if you could continue that one for all the years. Then you may have a very nice blog where the things that you have learned that you want to share with others, right? So it is very important. Okay, so we're going to wind up for today. I'll give you 2-3 more minutes if you have questions. So this is the blog of my blog. There is a question how we can share the link of the blog. So in the blog, this is called dashboard. In the dashboard, you can see view blog. So when you click view blog, you can open the blog and see that. So then this is the name of my blog, akila2wsl.blogspot.com. So you can share this link with anyone. So who has the link, they can view your blog. Again, Google has more other apps you can see. Even YouTube also a Google app, right? So you can use Google Ads photos. You can just click them and see what is the purpose of that. Again, if you just go to YouTube and search my name there, you can see this is written by myself, right? Just for that. A song. Okay, that is about YouTube. So you all know, you already know what is YouTube and how to use that. I just put that there, right? Okay, children. So if you don't have more questions, just see that, right? YouTube, and you can search my name there. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, we can wind up. Okay, children. So shall you then? Is it clear? What තේරුණාද දරුවනේ මොකද තත්ත්වය?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right then. So thank you for your participation, Sindhu Handa. Again, we'll meet on next day. Again, next day we're gonna learn a new topic. Before that, we're gonna start. We're gonna learn Microsoft Cloud services also. Then we're gonna start new lesson, right? Okay. So have a nice day. Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Chami, why under